In this section of the training, we're going to focus more on linguistics, but before we do that, we want to change the way that we think. If we change the way that we think, we'll start to influence our feelings. And if we feel something different, we're going to take a different action. So we make a series of decisions throughout our life. Some of these decisions help us. Some of these decisions hurt us. Either way, we can make decisions and new decisions along the way that are more empowering. So when you're ready, I'd like you to sit back, relax, take everything out of your hands, and when you're ready, I'd like you to go ahead and I'd like you to close your eyes. And I'd like you to go ahead and close the eyes. I'd like you to take a big, deep breath in through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go ahead and I'd like you to create an internal representation. And I want you to create an internal representation of you being an outstanding communicator. I want you just to go ahead now and create that internal representation. I want you to make sure you've got a picture there of you being an outstanding communicator. And just begin to notice what it would sound like if you were an outstanding communicator. And just begin to notice what it would feel like for you to be an outstanding communicator. And what I'd like you to do now is just to go ahead and step inside of that picture. So you're associating right down into your body. So you're looking through your own eyes, hearing the sounds through your own ears, and really feeling the feelings of being an outstanding communicator. And what does it mean to you to be an outstanding communicator? What's an example of that? And being an outstanding communicator, how would that make you feel? Excellent. And if you achieve that, then what? And how would that make you feel? And now, as you're looking through your own eyes, I want you to adjust the colours of this internal representation. I want you to make them nice and bright for the most real feel. And I want you to bring that image closer to you for the most real feel. And I want you to increase the size of that picture for the most real feel. And I want you to take those sounds and I want you to increase the volume for the most real feel. And now taking that feeling of being an outstanding communicator, and I want you to begin to notice the location of that feeling. And I want you to take that feeling and I want you to begin to increase the size of that feeling for the most real feel. And now I want you to take that feeling and I want you to begin to double the size of that for the most real feel. Excellent. And now I want you to step outside of that picture, leaving your body inside the picture and increasing the size of that picture for the most real feel. And now I want you to pick up that internal representation. I want you to float right up above your timeline. And I want you to float all the way back to the beginning of your time in this timeline, going all the way back to the first moment of time in this timeline. And as you get there, I want you to let go of that internal representation. I want you to let it float all the way down into the beginning of your timeline. Right now. Just allowing that internal representation to float right down inside of your timeline. And as that internal representation of you being an outstanding communicator floats all the way down into the beginning of time of this timeline, I want you to begin to notice that all the events between then and all the events all the way up to now begin to reevaluate themselves in light of your new choices, your decision to become an outstanding communicator. And just begin to notice all of the events between then and now begin to reevaluate themselves for the most real feel. And ever so slowly, I want you to come back to now, and I want you to notice at least 3 or more events where you could have been an outstanding communicator, but you hadn't noticed the possibility, but now you can. Excellent. And keep coming back towards now, only as quickly as you allow all the events to reevaluate themselves all the way back to now. And noticing at least 3 or more events where you could have been an outstanding communicator, but you hadn't noticed the possibility, but now you can. Excellent. And coming all the way back to now, floating all the way back down into now, floating all the way back down into your body, all the way back to now. And welcome back. And when you're ready, 1, 2, 3, open the eyes. Well done.